In today's NFL, if you want to be successful, you have to have a deep roster. If you want a deep roster, you have to find some diamonds in the rough when it comes to the draft. And the Detroit Lions have done exactly that with Amon St. Brown. The 112th overall pick in the 2021 NFL Draft went on a ferocious tear to end his rookie year, tallying over 50 catches, 500 yards, and 5 touchdowns in his final 6 games, putting him in the top 5 among rookie wide receivers stat-wise. Oh, and he was responsible for giving the Lions their long-awaited first win of the season in Week 12. And to start year 2, he stayed hot, rattling off 8 straight games with at least 8 or more receptions, tying an NFL record, all while in the process of winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week in Week 2 and setting a new Lions record for most receptions by a wide receiver in their first 2 seasons, taking that crown away from someone you may have heard of before. So it's pretty safe to say that Brad Holmes and company have found a player in the 4th rounder out of USC. Now I believe it's justified to start wondering if this early success he is having can be sustained, and what kind of career Amon St. Brown is shaping up to have. What's going on, everyone? I'm Alex Mayer. This is Motor City Sports Central, and today I believe I found a great comparison for Detroit's young star, not just in terms of playing style, but career path as well. That man is none other than Golden Tate, one of the most electric slot receivers of the last 10 years, and played the prime of his career within the confines of Ford Field. Tate strived off of hauling in a lot of catches on a high target share and racking up yards after the catch. He wasn't someone you were going to throw a 50-50 ball to, well, maybe sometimes, but his speed and route running would free him up in open space, allowing him to basically get you a first down every time he had the ball in his hands. If you're watching these highlights and don't see at least a little resemblance of St. Brown, then leave me one better in the comments. Golden Tate was a much higher draft pick, but did not get out to the kind of start St. Brown is having. In his first 25 games, the Notre Dame alum barely had 50 receptions and only 3 scores, while St. Brown has more than doubled both of those marks and is almost bringing in a remarkable 75% of his targets. But when you look at what Tate did in his first 25 games wearing the Honolulu blue and silver, the numbers get a lot closer. His catch percentage is down because he was more established in the league at this point, but his 1,700 yards receiving and 12 yards per catch show you that Detroit had a priority of giving him the football. That was in 2014 when the Lions were making runs at the playoffs, but now it's 2022 and the Lions are simply hoping to win a few games. But the key to their offense now is similar to what it once was when Tate was on the roster. Get the rock to St. Brown and let him make plays in the open field. Amon-Ra already has 10 games where he has been targeted by Jared Goff at least 10 times, the same amount Tate had to start his tenure with the Lions. He's also already on pace for his first season of at least 90 catches and 1,000 yards receiving, something that took Golden Tate 5 seasons to accomplish. Not to mention the 3 times in his career he did do it, all came when he was in Detroit. Put the stats aside for a second and just look at the way they play the game, the way a true slot receiver should play. Quick, elusive, great footwork, crisp route running, strong hands, great open field runner, and most importantly, playmaker are all words you can describe St. Brown and Super Bowl champion Golden Tate. Now, of course, Lions fans are hoping St. Brown doesn't have a completely identical career path as Golden Tate did, as he played for 4 different teams over his 11-year career, but he won a Super Bowl, made a Pro Bowl, and even turned himself into a decent punt returner. When he was on the Lions, they were winning games and making runs at the playoffs. So I'm not saying the Sun God is going to bring this team back to the promised land anytime soon, but hopefully one day when the Lions are winning more games than they're losing, don't be surprised if Amon St. Brown is one of the key reasons why.